Welcome back. This video is not about any craft in particular, although I'm just building this thing for test purposes, so it may end up becoming a thing. Wanted to play around with the new mining in the fixed mining mode. As far as digging out a tunnel to make a base inside a mountain. Starting my new Alpha 10 playthrough, and I'm thinking about doing the underground base in that. So anyway, I put these drills on here. I started out with them with 2 blocks between them, and now I'm up to 3 blocks between them, left and right and up and down. You can only have 6 drills, so this was the layout that made the most sense. So let me just hop in here. So to enter the fixed mining mode, keep an eye right here. Drill mode is currently free. You just hold shift and hit O, and now I'm in fixed mode, and I don't have to hold shift or anything anymore. And then just click once to activate your drills, and they'll stay spinning as you move forward. So I'm not holding the mouse button or anything. I'm just pushing the forward key. And in fact, let me drop down to like about a meter off the ground. Start with here. Just backing out to maybe a little bit higher would be better. Alright, so we're going to start at this height. And I'm not messing with the height right now. I'm just letting it do whatever it's going to do. I'll hit the O key just to level off. And now I'll just start moving forward. I'm heading pretty much north, probably a little bit left of north, but I'm not steering or anything. I'm just holding the W key to move forward. Alright, so I clicked the drill button again to turn them off. Just back out of here and get a look at what it's doing. You can see it's cupping a little bit on the sides. With them 3 blocks between them, you end up with that little bit of a cupping. 2 blocks you don't get that, but you don't get as wide a hole either. The bottom is pretty smooth, not really a cup there, but the ceiling I think probably has a bit of a dip in it. Alright, let me hop out. I'll just back straight out. So the headlights helping light things up in here. You can see it's kind of curved at the top. It kind of bulges out a little bit in the center and then curves back out at the bottom. That's, like I said, if you put them 2 apart, you don't really get this little bulge, but I think it's worth it to get the extra height. And we're going to play around with that too. So you can see this stuck out a little bit. I was just moving forward at whatever the full speed was, just holding the W key and just moving in here, but you can see the floor is really pretty flat, and the ceiling is actually pretty flat in the center, but it does have that little bit of cupping in it as well. The bottom though is pretty, floor is pretty darn flat. It did a great job, a whole lot better than you used to be able to do. Some other things about this fixed mode. Well, let's just do it again. So, actually, okay, bring those in. Okay, in Alpha 10, another change that I don't think they mentioned in the notes anywhere, when you go to place blocks, you see I can hit the down page down key and drop it down, but the problem is, see, it's a little bit more than halfway buried. So if I set it there, and then I go to try to place concrete blocks, I can do it with it there. It's right at halfway. If you get any lower than that, you're not going to be able to place blocks. They changed the way, like down here, actually I can place blocks here. Let me get out of God mode. Yeah, it still let me do it. Alright, let's make a liar out of me. Alright, get out of God mode again. Alright, so place the block. Alright, say I wanted to place it there. Now I want to go put blocks, and it's letting me do it. Darn it. And the other place it wasn't. Of course, in a survival game, you're not going to have, you don't typically go into God mode in a survival game, but so that's kind of the best you're going to do with it. So with what we've dug out, we're basically, now see, I can't get on the other side of that block to place another one, so my wall would end up here if I want to place a concrete block there. Let's see if I can do it with the drone. Nope. Trying to get behind that block. Not really letting me do it. Alright, so let me put one here. Let's see if I can get behind that one. Nah, it's not. Alright, so you're going to end up with a tunnel that's, if you fill in the walls, it's basically, let me go on top of this one maybe. Yeah, see, it's not letting me put a block, even though I can see that point right there, it's not going to let me put one there. Let me get out of the drone and go back into God mode. Okay, made a liar out of me again. At least in God mode I was able to do that. But so basically you end up with a 2 by 2 opening if you just drill it once like that. So let's go back to the driller. So again, I'm not moving the mouse because I don't want to turn any. I'm just using the arrow keys to maneuver backing up. What I'm going to do is just slide over and go forward again. So I'm still in fixed mode, so just tap the left mouse button once to activate the drill. Okay, now I'm going to just shift left and right just to even things off at this depth. Hit 0 or the O key every now and then just to level yourself out. So I'm just backing back out. So it looks like my height may have changed a little bit on the way in here because it's doing a little bit digging on the way out. But that's also how you can flatten the ceiling, is you know, just shifting back and forth a little bit as you go in and out without adjusting your height. But speaking of height, let me turn the drill back off here. It's not making noise. While you're in fixed mode, keep an eye on my hover height. Normally you'd stop at 3 meters. You go up to 5.3 or so in fixed mode. So I can drill again from this height. You know, I started down at 1 meter, now I'm at 5 meters. So let's go back in now. So that's how you can raise the height of this thing without having to adjust the drills on the vessel at all. You see we got a little bit of cupping, but you know, as I did a minute ago, you can go back and forth at different heights and different laterally, you know, left and right, and take care of all that. So a couple of drills like that, and you have your nice little cutout. Oops, sorry. So yeah, we got this kind of cupping on the side again, but if I was to drop the height down a little bit and, you know, go along this edge here, I could clean all that out. But the floor is, like I said, pretty darn flat. They must be doing some special case for the ground, not necessarily for the ceiling, but so that's pretty cool. The last thing I wanted to talk about was okay, notice I'm still in fixed drill mode. When I go to turn, and oh, see, it went into free mode. Hang on. We go Shift O, back into fixed mode. This is as fast as I can turn. You'll see it's just really wonky, really slow. So if you feel like your ship is way overloaded or something broke or whatever, check that drill mode, make sure you're not in fixed, because in fixed mode the maneuvering is going to be just dog slow. Let me take it back out. Free mode. And, I can do whatever I want to with it. So keep that in mind. Take a look at the new fixed mode of drilling for tunnels in Alpha 10, and that's going to do it. I'm going to play around with the ship. I don't know if I'll put it on the workshop or not. It was started out just being a really low-level thing. It's got an exposed cockpit, and looks like my head's I'm kind of looking at that cylinder up there. The rear end is open there. The rest of most of the blocks you see are actually extension blocks, container extensions. So this thing's got 6348 currently. That's the crust stone that I just now mined out in this video. It was empty before that. So I tell you, get your stone to make your concrete with to fill out the lining of your base. So I got to do the weight and volume testing on it to see how big I can make this cargo box, but kind of looks like a spider at the moment. So anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you found it useful, and catch you next time.